Welcome to a journey through time, where we uncover the hidden history of Lincoln's Inn Fields. Nestled in the heart of London, this sprawling green space holds secrets that span centuries. Join us as we peel back the layers of history to reveal the fascinating stories that have unfolded within these hallowed grounds. The largest public square in London, our story begins in the early 17th century when Lincoln's Inn Fields was first laid out. Commissioned by the Honourable Society of Lincoln's Inn, one of London's four Inns of Court, this area was initially designed as a private garden for lawyers and judges to escape the bustling city. It was laid out in the 1630s under the initiative of the speculative building contractor William Newton. The original plan for laying out and planting the fields was drawn by Inigo Jones. It was said that these plans could be seen in Lord Pembroke's collection at Wilton House up until the 19th century, although their current location is unknown. The square was acquired by London County Council in 1895 and opened to the public by its chairman Sir John Hutton in the same year. The square today is managed by the London Borough of Camden and forms part of the southern boundary of that borough with the city of Westminster. Lincoln's Inn Fields takes its name from the adjacent Lincoln's Inn, of which the private gardens are separated from the fields by a perimeter wall and a large gatehouse. The grassed area in the centre of the fields contains a court for tennis and netball and a bandstand. It was previously used for corporate events which are no longer permitted. Cricket and other sports are thought to have been played here in the 18th century. Lincoln's Inn was situated in the county of Middlesex. Up to the 17th century, cattle were grazed upon the fields, which were part of the Holborn grassland named Pursfield and belonged to St Giles Hospital. It is noted that one Catherine Smith, the owner of the White Hart Inn on Drury Lane, leased the land from 1520. It then reverted to the Crown and was used as pasture and occasionally for an execution. The use of these pastures meant that turnstiles were placed around the square to enable pedestrians to enter without the animals escaping. Shops and other businesses developed along these footpaths, and some of these alleys still exist, for example the Great and Little Turnstile. When it was first laid out, Lincoln's Inn Fields was part of fashionable London. The completion of houses that surrounded it proceeded at a leisurely pace, interrupted by the English Civil War. The oldest building from this early period is Lindsay House, 59-60 Lincoln's Inn Fields, which was built in 1640 and has been attributed to Inigo Jones. Another 17th century survival is now 66 Lincoln's Inn Fields, which was built for Lord Powis and known as Powis House. Interestingly, the Charter of the Bank of England was sealed there on the 27th of July 1694. As London fashion moved west, Lincoln's Inn Fields was left to rich lawyers who were attracted to its proximity to the Inns of Court. In this way, the former Newcastle House became in 1790 the premises for the firm of solicitors Farrer & Co., which is still there today. Their clients include the late Queen Elizabeth II. The Lincoln's Inn Fields Theatre was located in the fields from 1661 to 1848 when it was demolished. Originally called the Duke of York's Theatre, it was created by converting Lyle's Tennis Court in 1695. Lincoln's Inn Fields was the site in 1683 of the public beheading of Lord William Russell, son of the first Duke of Bedford, following his implication in the Rye House plot for the attempted assassination of King Charles II. The executioner on the day was Jack Ketch, who made such a poor job of it that 4 axe blows were required before the head was separated from the body. After the first stroke, Russell looked up at him and said, "You dog, did I give you 10 guineas to use me so inhumanely?" Today, a small plaque on the floor of the bandstand commemorates this execution. In Charles Dickens' novel Bleak House, the sinister solicitor to the aristocracy, Mr. Tolking Horn, has his offices in Lincoln's Inn Fields, and one of its most dramatic scenes is set there. The description of this building corresponds most closely to Lindsay House. Aside from Lindsay House and Paris House, the north side of the square features Sir John Soane's Museum, home of the architect, at numbers 12, 13 and 14. On the same side, at number 7, is Thomas More Chambers, led by Geoffrey Cox, QC, MP. Organisations with premises on the south side of the square include the London School of Economics and Political Science and the Royal College of Surgeons, including the Humanitarian Museum, in which are exhibited the intriguing medical collections of John Hunter. There is a blue plaque marking the home of the surgeon William Marsden at number 65. On the west side, the Royal College of Radiologists has premises at 63 Lincoln's Inn Fields, and the London School of Economics and Political Science owns a number of buildings. In more modern times, during the 1980s, Lincoln's Inn Fields attracted many homeless people who slept there overnight. In 1992, they were cleared out and fences were raised, and since the reopening of Lincoln's Inn Fields with its new railings in 1993, gates have been locked every night at dusk. Lincoln's Inn itself is the oldest of the four Inns of Court and can date itself back to 1422, the year before the Mayor of London, Dick Whittington, died. It's always been home to legal professionals, specifically barristers. The inn has an unmatched pedigree, with no fewer than 16 Prime Ministers having been members here, including Robert Walpole, William Pitt Younger, Benjamin Disraeli, Margaret Thatcher and Tony Blair. Aside from these politicians, the list of former members of Lincoln's Inn reads like a who's who of British history. Lincoln's Inn was inaugurated around 1331, when a building nearby, owned by Thomas de Lincoln, was set out to scholars of law, but it was not until 1422 that the inn was established in the current location. Much of the charm of Lincoln's Inn is the serendipity of discovering an unspoilt oasis of greenery and repose in this chaotic city. It is a private land, so Joe Public is not actually allowed inside, but between 12 and 2:30 from Monday to Friday, the inn kindly lets the lawn open to anybody who seeks to benefit from its tranquil beauty. The space brings out the best in people. Courtesy is prerequisite. Nobody leaves any litter, and you feel honoured to share in a collective mannerly calm. Of the main buildings, the Old Hall is the finest of all, and bears a small tablet recording when it was built, in the 5th year of King Henry VII, which dates it to 1490. The library and gatehouse followed in 1505 and 1518 respectively, with the magnificent oaken doors following in 1564. Lincoln's Inn Chapel is an outstanding example of Jacobean architecture and was built to replace an older chapel which had fallen into disrepair, and it is said that one of the bricklayers was the famous dramatist Ben Jonson. As well as services, the bell is used traditionally. It lets out 60 peals every night at 9 o'clock to signal curfew. The third instance for the ringing of the bell is interesting. When the inn learns that a bencher has died, a notice is put up and the knell can be heard across Lincoln's Inn at lunchtime. Many members would send their clerk to the chapel to discover who had died. This is the origin of the phrase, "for whom the bell tolls." The chapel also has a charming humanitarian story. In the Georgian era, it was not uncommon for mothers stricken by poverty to abandon newborn babies. When an infant was left in the confines of the inn, the chapel would adopt the baby and care for him or her until adulthood, then provide him with an apprenticeship or her with a dowry at marriage. It was customary for these foundlings to be given the surname Lincoln. Over the centuries, this area has been home to many notable figures. John Wesley, the founder of Methodism, once lived here. So did John Hunter, a pioneering surgeon, and even the famous author Charles Dickens. Each left their mark on these historic streets. And the house once lived in by Sir John Soane, which is now a famous museum, still stands on the north side of the square to this day. Behind the grand facades that line the fields lie hidden gardens often overlooked by passers-by. These serene oases offer a glimpse into a bygone era, with meticulously manicured lawns and centuries-old trees providing solace in the heart of London. Also, during World War II, the fields played a pivotal role as an air raid shelter. Thousands sought refuge in its underground tunnels during the Blitz, a testament to its enduring importance during times of crisis. Today, Lincoln's Inn Fields stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of London. Its rich history, combined with its modern amenities, make it a vibrant part of a city where past and present seamlessly intertwine. The next time you stroll through these fields, take a moment to reflect on the centuries of stories that have unfolded here beneath the shadow of towering trees and amidst the echoes of the past. Thank you for joining us on this historical exploration. Until next time, may the secrets of the past continue to enrich your understanding of the present.